Let's talk all about how to pick an office for your private practice. If you're new here, my name is Alysha, and I'm a psychiatric nurse practitioner, and I own my own private practice, and I teach other psych NPs how to find freedom and balance in their lives by opening their own private practices as well. So when it comes to finding an office for your private practice, I noticed that a lot of people that I mentor opening private practices really struggle with this decision. And that's because sometimes they don't know if they want to do telehealth, they don't know if they want to see patients in person, they don't know what area they should open in, they don't know why they would pick one area over another. Maybe there's lots of office space, limited office space, business office space, medical office space. There's so many things that just come into your mind when you think about what kind of office space should I have for my private practice. And you may be thinking, oh, this is simple for me because I'm going to do telehealth. Well, in 2025, there is a lot of things that you need to consider when it comes to having a physical space. Like, for example, your DEA license should not be registered to your home. Unless you're okay with the potential for DEA inspections at your house, it should be registered to somewhere else. So you're going to usually need some type of physical office or presence somewhere. So let's cover all things office space today. I'm going to cover 4 major concepts when it comes to deciding your office space. Number 1, why choosing your office space is a critical strategic decision in your business. So please know that your office is not just your overhead expense that you pay for and you sometimes go to. Where you place your office is going to depend on where and how you market, who and how you market to, because patients are going to see that address on your Psychology Today. They're going to see that on your Google My Business. So even that physical presence is going to mean something for the future of your business and the future marketing of your business, whether it's an office space that you go to or a business address that you use for telehealth purposes. And I do have to give a disclaimer here. A lot of times virtual business addresses are not sufficient for registering your business to, and certainly not sufficient for DEA regulations. So make sure that you get your own legal advice on if the office that you are considering is compliant, especially if you are considering mostly being telehealth. This is something that we talk about in my mentorship program all the time. Number 2, let's talk about the current market trends for office rentals in 2025. And if you're watching this in a year or 2 in the future, it might be pretty similar. Feel free to drop a comment below if you have some questions about if anything has changed. So I'm filming this video in late 2025, and I will say that I'm noticing a lot of offices are empty because after COVID, there was a huge move to work from home, obviously. And a lot of businesses liked the move back to work from home. A lot of employees like the move back to work to home. A lot of my mentees are wanting to do telehealth only. So that leaves a lot of medical office spaces open and office spaces in general. It's actually very interesting. I spoke with a pharmaceutical rep actually today in my office, and they were saying that there's a lot of large telehealth companies that have an office with just admin assistants in there, but the providers all work from home, or maybe they come in once a week, which I'm not saying anything bad about that. A lot of times that's compliant. A lot of times people operate their private practices that way. It's just a trend that I'm hearing and noticing. So with all of this office space open, there is a lot of opportunity because a lot of landlords are going to want to get those spaces filled. And so there's a lot of opportunity for subleasing. There's a lot of opportunity for like 1 day a week rental, 1 day a month rental, even opportunity for a full-time office space that's a lot more affordable now, just because there's a lot of office rentals open. I definitely keep a pulse on this situation because I have a wellness center that I recently opened where I do offer day rentals or once a month rentals or every other week rentals for Psych NP businesses or really any therapeutic business so that they can have flexibility in when they come into the office or not. So I am subleasing a lot of my office out to other people's therapeutic businesses as well. So I keep a pretty good eye on what's going on trend-wise with this. And if you're watching this and you're looking for an office space in Los Angeles, feel free to drop me a comment or let me know if you're looking for an office space and you'd like to share an office space within my wellness center. So let me know. Number 3, let's talk about what you need to know about supply and demand. So if there's a lot of supply of office space, again, there's going to be a lot of opportunity, right? I want to encourage you to feel free to negotiate when it comes to the price of the space or things that you want fixed up in the space before you rent it. Like for example, my wellness center, there was a number of things that I wanted changed before I moved in. The office space had been open for a little bit before I took it over, so I had some negotiation power because they were really wanting to rent it out. So just know that if there's still this kind of supply and demand similarities in your area, that you can absolutely ask and negotiate. And also, it never hurts to ask anyway. Even if you want to negotiate, even if you think there's not that many offices and you still want to try to negotiate, that's perfectly fair too. So kind of similar to how you negotiate when you're getting a new job, when you're getting a new office space, you always can think through that as well. I'll give you a couple of examples. A few things that I wanted changed in my current office space was I wanted the upstairs carpets clean. I wanted handrails in the bathroom. If you guys have been following me for a while, you know that I am disabled, so I definitely need those handbars in the bathroom. And I think there were a few other things. And I was also able to negotiate the rate of the rent down. And number 4, let's talk about the immediate implications of a mismatched space. So if you choose a space that's too expensive for your business, that can be really harsh on a new business. I know that a lot of individuals that I've spoken to, they feel like they need to have this big, beautiful office and ribbon cutting before they can be official private practice owners, but don't get caught up in the optics of things. It's really, really important that you go for an office space that you can comfortably afford, because you're going to need to be investing your money into your private practice, into things that are more essential than a large office space. I was operating in a very small office for several years and it was fine. Another way that space can be mismatched is putting it in a location that doesn't really make sense for your clientele. So say you want to primarily see first responders. A good place to put an office is somewhere where that is near a hospital, fire station, police station, etc. But if you put your office super far from anything like that, or say, for example, you take a certain type of private insurance, but most of the people in that area don't have that private insurance, those can be some mismatched things. Another big one is cash-based practices. If you have a cash-based practice, you're definitely going to want to be in an area where it is within a reasonable rate for the people that live in that area. So some people may want to charge high fees and offer a premium service, but if you're in a place where most people aren't going to want to pay that, it's going to be difficult. Can you network in other cities even when you have a practice in one city? Yes, you absolutely can. So I'm not saying this is the worst mistake ever, but I'm just saying sometimes if you're going to be strategic about it, you may want to put like a premium concierge practice in an area where people are going to be comfortable with that or going to want that. So you're going to want to think, is this an area where people would be okay with cash services? Are there a lot of other premium services and businesses in the area? Or is this a place where mostly people are going to be wanting to use their government insurance benefits? So just some things to think through. Again, it's not the worst mistake ever, because you absolutely can exist and have your office in one city and network within another city and get patients from another city, but just it's a little bit easier on the marketing if you're already in that area and you show up on Google within that area. But of course, don't break the bank by going in a super premium area in the beginning if you cannot afford it. The main thing is get that business up and going and try to make as few mistakes as you possibly can in the beginning. I'm just sharing a couple of lessons learned from both me and my mentees, and so that it can help you as you are in your office search. All right, guys, that is it. I have so much more to talk about office space, but I'm going to leave it at that for today's video. And if this video was helpful, please like and subscribe. It really helps my channel to be able to put out more videos when you do that. And if you are interested in joining my private practice mentorship program, the link is going to be down in the description as to how to get started. I have a free masterclass where you can get started with some early steps and early guidance on your private practice. And after that masterclass, there is an optional application that you can fill out if you would like to apply for mentorship with me. All right, I will see you guys in the next video. I hope this was helpful, and happy practice building.